Hello, you wonderful people. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about the teaser trailer that just came out for The Boys Season 2. Obviously, there's been like some first looks and stuff like that, but this is more of an official, teaser trailer. If you have not seen it already, I'll include a link to it in the description down below. But obviously, not a lot, but at the same time, a lot. So obviously, we pick up The Boys Are on the Run because apparently, like, every news outlet is like, we are looking for these people. So it's like, obviously, you already got the 7 hunting your ass, and now it's not just them. The entire world is looking out for you because you become enemy number 1, you know? So then there's also the situation, because obviously they're also looking for Butcher because he's gone, and it's so interesting considering where he was with Homelander at the end of season 1. I'm like, how the hell Homelander just let you walk away? I guess because it's like, well, I got my son and everything, so I'm gonna let you live. You can't really do nothing. That's why I'm just thinking, like, how do you escape a situation where you got literally this world's equivalent of Superman, like, right beside you? Like, how do you just manage to get away? I mean, maybe, his ex, I mean, obviously there's still a lot of story there about, she's been going this entire time, having had Homelander's kid and everything, so maybe she was what let him kind of get away. Speaking of his Homelander's kid, it was even interesting at one point you see him pushing a kid off a roof. I'm assuming that's him pushing his kid off the roof because it's like, yeah, you're my kid, so you most likely have my power. Well, there were instances at the end of season 1 showing that he did have his dad's power, so it's probably like, what else do you got? Like, you have my, ability to fly, or you indestructible, what's your whole thing? So I thought that was kind of interesting, and also shows you his parenting style, because it's like, hey, yeah, that's how we do it. Just push my kid off the roof. Who cares? So there's that. Then there's a whole situation I thought was kind of interesting when it's like the 7 are gathered. Obviously, we learned about one of our other new members of the 7 who's replacing, what was his name again? I'm blanking on it. It's Translucent. Was that his name? Once again, I have to rewatch. I definitely have to rewatch season 1 because it's been a while. But basically, we meet Stormfront, so we see her, like, obviously at this gathering. But what I thought was really interesting is we see Starlight and A-Train. I'm like, I'm surprised, like, she's able to just be there, considering, like, she helped Huey and the boys kind of fight, well, more particularly Huey, deal with the whole A-Train situation last season. So I'm like, I'm surprised he's just going to be okay with that, because he's sitting at the table too. So either he's keeping that hush-hush because of just stuff he's working through, or maybe he's going to try to, like, hold this over Starlight. I don't know. I'm curious to see, like, how that is. Obviously, she's reluctant about all this because it's like Huey's being labeled as enemy number 1. It's like, yeah, he has his faults and everything, but she probably doesn't want, and the question then becomes, like, is she going to be their insider? Is she going to help them? Or, is she just not going to go as, because even Maeve at the end of season 1 kind of made it seem like, she understood where Starlight was kind of coming from, kind of implying, like, what happened to Starlight happened to her as well. So at most of the season, she made it seem like she wasn't sympathetic, but at the end of the day, it's like she was actually empathetic, So I'm curious, like, on that front, like, what that ends up being. But obviously, a lot of it's, like, out of context. A lot of blood, death, and just crazy shit is going down, as you'd expect from what we've seen in season 1. It seems like we're getting even more of it, and that's the best thing possible, So I'm curious to really kind of see, like, obviously, like I said, like, there's some story beats, but even then it's like bare minimum, because it's like there's still a lot we don't know about, obviously, the super villains they were making. We saw some signs obviously saying like no super armies or something like that. So obviously, like, I'm sure there's going to be certain people who stand on certain sides of the subject, like, obviously this whole superhero thing, like, obviously got very political last season. So I'm curious to kind of see the angles they go down, this season in the grand scheme of things. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially with the boys going on, because I think even labeled it, it's like, oh, you're not just like enemies in the States, you're kind of international enemies, because this whole superhero thing is international. So I'm really excited for season 2. Obviously, we'll probably get like a more in-depth trailer, like a little bit closer to the release date. We still got like another 2 months, because it's coming out early September. Obviously, these are just some of my thoughts about it. I'd love to get to know yours in the comments down below. But really, that's all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and good